How is everybody? It is Friday morning. I hope everybody's having a great day. I actually just slept in a little bit. I had perfectly planned on getting here at 7 o'clock, but I really slept really hard last night. So it was really good. And I got to be real. Sometimes you just need it. It's been stress. So Lauren Chen is such a babe. We're going to go over. Don't watch her stuff. This video was sent to me. I haven't even watched it. So I do like when I do that. I personally like when I watch a video for the first time live for you guys. If I'm going to do a reaction to a video, I personally like that better. Oftentimes there'll be a video I like have something I need to say about it, or I feel I have to get it out. Like not till it's like nothing is society altering, but it be what it be. Janet, how are you? Amelia, how are you? Raphael, what's going on? King of Silva, Mr. Blue Sky, got a notification. That's outstanding. Today we are going to go over the feminist slams of fat men. Body positivity is not for you. It's going to be interesting, I think, because it's very much the truth. It's weird how people don't see this as such a truthful telling thing. Like, now it's sold out. But it's just such a truthful thing. Like, people realize that like there's no like body positivity is just not for men at all. Like, there's no leeway, and I'm happy about it because, frankly, men are already fat fucks for the most part in our society. Men are already sloppy, Homer Simpson-like, shells of what they should be. I really, 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 really believe that. That's a whole ass other conversation that we could have some other time, because I want to make sure we talk about this young lady's video. She seems totally like adorable and fine. So I will do my very best to, even if I disagree with her, I'll do my very best not to be too harsh. And by my very best, I'll give her the same, effort I give everybody else. I did want to say, though, just for those of you that don't know, you can get my book, Beyond Willpower, the Hunger Management Method, right here. It gives you our app for free for a month. Live and pre-recorded workouts. Crystal did a boot camp class last night. She's got another boot camp class today at 11. If you could join right now and join her live class today. We also, I think I'm going to be doing a live just for the people in the Hunger Management Support Group at some point in time, relatively soon. Probably sometime this weekend. We'll probably be live tomorrow and Sunday. I'm just going to keep going live every day just to check it. I do find it funny that YouTube's just funny. I have very good engagement. People show up. At one point in time, I had 400 people on a live this week. And all my videos have like 97% and up like to dislike ratios. And they still just, it's so clear. The fucked up thing is, like, I don't know if a lot of you were watching. You should be following me on Twitter at the MFCOO, by the way. But they're very clearly admitting to the shadow banning. Not admitting, they're getting caught with they were shadow banning and stuff like that. I had people tell me that I wasn't shadow banned on YouTube. Like, okay, that believe what you want to believe. We're all good. So. Good morning. How are you? Good morning. What's going on? And here we go. We are going to talk about. Like I said, I have not seen this video, so I have not watched it. Volume up. Volume up. Here we go.
Hey, Lauren here. Let's talk about body positivity for men. Now, if you're at all familiar with the body positivity movement and the attempt to redefine conventional beauty standards, you'll know that by and
it's not. I see it as so far beyond that. It's not. Sorry to interrupt this woman already. So, I see it as so far beyond that. Body positivity is an attempt to rewrite reality. Because if it's a beauty standard thing, like, I even did a video yesterday. Like, I don't think people are being excluded from the bang club. Like people are having sex, and most of the fucking country's fat. That's not it. People don't want to admit to themselves that they have gluttoned themselves to fucking fatness. They personally view fatness as bad deep down. They should. It is. And it's trying I like a mark back. Nobody's trying to rewrite the beauty standard because it's just not going to, it's our beauty standards, just so everybody realizes, are biologically hardwired. Like most women, most well-adjusted women, like strong physical men. I mean, hook all these people up to a lie detector. Like they like strong physical men that can take care of themselves. I don't like if you are one of these people that likes a meek or weak man. Why? I mean, you got to ask yourself why. Why would you want such an atypical male? Because it is atypical. I mean, male weakness. Like people will pretend that toxic masculinity is such a problem. Pussification of men is a huge problem, humongous problem. It really is. Now we'll get back to her.
Large, it's not really something that is applied to men. It's mostly, and I would say almost exclusively, for women. Take, for example, women's magazines and publications.
Yep.
It is increasingly common to see plus-size models like Tess Holloway on the cover of women's magazines.
She's a multi-sized model. I'm going to keep saying that. She is fucking 3 times the size she should be. She's multi-sized. So, I mean, that is an old, thin picture of Tess Holliday. That right up there, that is an old, thin picture. That's one of her thin pictures. That's how fucking bad it is. Fucking years ago, probably 100 pounds ago. I mean, for real, she's gained 100 pounds since then. That's how fucked up it is. She's multi-sized.
But conversely, if you take a look at something like Men's Health or really just any men's magazine, you will still, I would say 99% of the time, see a muscular either celebrity or male model. And comic book characters or animated characters are another great example of this double standard. It feels like anytime a female character is introduced and she is all busty or has an hourglass figure, you will have people calling it out, saying, oh, that's not at all realistic. Where are her organs?
Yeah, that's so fucking stupid when people do that. It's a comic book. Like there's actually like representation in comic books now. It's supposed to be fantasy. I mean, for like to get to the stage where you're so fucked up, where you think that there needs to be diversity in like the X-Men. It was built on diversity, you dumb fucks. Like it was Stan Lee basically had a telling of the discriminations in society of race through the actions of like how people were with mutants. It's like these people can't, like their brains they can't see it. It's all visual. They're just that stupid. It has to be fucking. They can't think about anything. There's no critical thinking. There's no logic. No nothing. So they just don't understand. Like they don't get it. I know what Rebecca says. We need a bald positivity movement. The fucked up thing is, no, we don't. Some people like it, some people don't. The thing is, I don't like most dudes I know that are bald don't give a fuck. I think that that's a big thing in society, that like there are some men that when they start losing their hair, they get really freaked out. And I would say to them, suck it the fuck up. Who fucking cares? Just fucking accept it. You can't change it. Don't wear the fucking swirly thing. It looks stupid, But we don't need a bald positivity movement, although I sell shirts. But we don't need one of those. We don't need a fat acceptance movement. We need a bald positivity movement more than we need a fat positivity movement. That's for fucking sure. Fat positivity is dangerous for you. Bald positivity is just you fucking accepting something you can't fucking change. Congratulations on Nemo at the Vitamin Shop. Hell yeah, more to come, lots more to come.
About male gaze. Yet simultaneously, you have male characters who continue to look like He-Man, which, by the way, is not realistic at all, and no one seems to have any complaints for that. And I feel like the more
I've seen one or two recently, and I've definitely seen like we need more black characters, like as if like there's not a long storied history of representation. Black people make up like 14% of the population. I would imagine that the representation of that is even more in comic books, and it's good, But if it's about reality, I mean, I personally think have whatever the fuck you want because again, it's fucking comic books. I mean, it's not real. But that's a huge problem with these folks. These folks have blurred the line of what is real and what isn't in their minds. Like these are the people that think you can be 300 pounds and considered healthy. Like look you dead ass in the face and be like, you can't tell if I'm healthy or not by how I look. Like you're round. You're literally like, I mean, I look at you and you look like a circle. You're unhealthy. I mean, when they can suspend reality that far, why not have it be where the actual things that are supposed to suspend reality represent their suspension of reality? Like they're so weak that they need all of media and all of fiction and like all books and all like that to actually represent their fantasy of reality. That's how fucking weak these people are.
Or influence the body positivity movement has, the more glaring the hypocrisy becomes with how these activists want to treat male versus female bodies. And now I want to get to the rest, but before I do, I want to say a quick shout out to my family's company, beardoils.com is something for every products for both women and men on here. One of our consistently best-selling products, and of course a personal favorite, is our lavender soap. And going on where use the code family member, or heck, even yourself. This is just something I noticed the other day while I was.
Okay, everybody go watch her video too, by the way. Make sure you give her the view. But I'm going to speed this up, by the way. 1.25 speed. And then make sure you watch her promo, okay? Because that is her family's business. We should support. I'm going to go back and rewatch because I have not watched this yet. But I'm going to go back and rewatch this, especially because it doesn't appear like she has ads on here. Or wait, there was an ad at the beginning here. But that you guys didn't see. But I'll go back and rewatch it because I want to see the spiel.
Doing some online shopping. American Eagle, it's this huge brand. They're sold internationally. And they're also, I would say, at the forefront of body positivity when it comes to inclusive marketing. If you look at how they market their bras and underwear toward women, you will note that the models are, they're a little thicker. They're definitely not airbrushed. They look, I don't even want to say like the average person because in a lot of countries, these women are not average. They're just much heavier. It's like you can tell that a conscious.
Yeah, this is fat, by the way. I mean, she's definitely overweight, probably in the obese category. I mean, I know that doesn't like, oh, she seems normal. That's the problem. Actually, that's the problem. She does likely have a healthy waist to height ratio, though.
Effort has been made to say no.
That's obese.
To reject the usual supermodel looks. Now let's contrast this to.
I don't even know if that last one was overweight.
To the male models that they choose for their products. Now you folks probably won't be surprised to learn that when it comes to marketing geared toward male audiences, oopsie, it looks like we're back in the early 2000s, and all of a sudden, traditionally fit models are still a thing. Looking through who they choose to model their male underwear, it's six packs galore. I mean, you could honestly be forgiven for mistaking these ads for advertising a gym or some sort of weight loss supplement. Now, to be clear, there's nothing inherently wrong with choosing models who look just a little bit more regular. You could say, hey, we're just trying to be more representative of what the everyday person and what the people who are actually going to be buying our products look like. And also, and I've said this before, I would say there's nothing wrong with going the aspirational route either. Saying, yeah, I know the average person doesn't look like one of our models, with a six pack or whatever it is. They're not this attractive, but still, this is the image we want our brand to present to people because we want to offer people something to aspire to, something a little bit elevated. Both of those approaches are fine. Every company can totally decide for themselves which route they want to go. But what really bugs me is here we have the same company choosing very different routes for their male versus female customers. Because
people do understand why this is, right? Like I'm just gonna put this out there, right? Like because it's perfectly fine to dog men in society. I do, and I personally think it is. Everybody should be able to get dogged. Everybody should be shown an ideal and chase after it. Like, because what fat acceptance is, it is systemic mediocrity. And when you go to, like, the problem is if you have exceptional at this end and fucking fat as fuck Tess Holiday on this end, right? People keep wanting it to be more towards the middle, right? Well, but the middle then gets fatter because we don't chase after the ideal. Completely healthy, in shape, well, all that stuff, right? So if we go towards the middle, and the middle keeps gravitating towards, the fatness. For men, it's always, we want somebody who looks like a superhero. I mean, just fucking being real.
Seriously, when it comes to the body positivity movement and the idea that beauty standards are bad and they need to be reinvented because they're too strict and uninclusive, we plainly see that people are only talking about beauty standards when it comes to women. Apparently,
and we're not even talking about beauty standards when it comes to women. We're talking about fat. Almost every woman in the fat acceptance community tries to go by all the other beauty standards besides being fat. It's fatness standards. It's not beauty standards. Tess Holiday gets lip injections, all sorts of shit. Fucking spends hours on her makeup. Talks about getting her hair done all the goddamn time. Professionally, all this shit, like all the normal beauty standards. It's about fatness. That's it. It's about them being gluttons. That's all.
Society still loves beauty standards when it comes to men. And what really gets me is that you'll have the same women's magazines, Cosmopolitan or Vogue, who champion these body positivity, diverse body movements. They're still the same people who will be fawning and absolutely losing their minds if a shirtless photo of someone like Chris Hemsworth is leaked to the press. So anyway, with all that in mind, I was actually somewhat surprised when the other day, when I was just scrolling through Twitter, I saw someone who at least had the courage, the cojones, if you will, to write down what so many of us have known for a while. As this article is titled, quote, "Body positivity is for women, not lazy white guys with dad bods." Now, obviously, this particular article has been going kind of viral. If you're on places like Twitter or Facebook, I'm sure you've probably maybe seen at least the headline shared. But what I think is important to note here is that coming out and saying these things explicitly may be controversial and uncommon, but the sentiments that this woman is about to share are absolutely not uncommon. I think it's just that most people don't have the, candor that this writer does. But anyway, as explained in this piece, quote, "There is more to dad bod positivity than meets the eye. It's appropriation of body positivity culture created by and for women by the usual suspects." She writes, "In a world that is constantly telling us to be thinner, it can be hard to love our bodies just the way they are. But what if we stopped seeing our so-called flaws as imperfections and started viewing them as unique features that make us who we are?" That's the
If it's a unique feature that makes you who you are, that's not negatively affecting your health, rock at it. That's why body positivity was for burn victims and for amputees and birth defects and all sorts of shit.
body positivity movement in a nutshell. So this isn't really the point of the video, but I just want to say that should be the point of the body positivity movement, but in practice, it is absolutely not. There's nothing wrong with telling someone that just because they don't look like a supermodel, that they should be ashamed of their bodies. Absolutely not. And there are beauty standards that we as a culture have that just most people do not fit in by nature of their genetics, and there's nothing they can change about that. It's not a bad thing for us all to be a little bit easier on ourselves for the things that we can't change and to embrace our flaws, our so-called flaws. But there's a big difference between that and what the body positivity movement has become, which is a way for women to lie to themselves into believing that they are perfectly healthy at 300 pounds, and that if someone doesn't find them beautiful, it's just because they're fat phobic. But I digress.
Boom. What the fuck? She's awesome. Get at it. Hell yeah.
Yes, the writer continues, while it has been gaining traction in recent years, there's one group of people who seem to have latched onto the concept with suspicious amounts of fervor: middle-aged white guys with dad bods. There's even media campaigns catering to them with headlines like "Dad bods are the biggest turn on for singles in the pandemic sex era," and "Why girls love the dad bod." You've definitely seen a bunch of these. And to be fair to this author,
That's not true, by the way. women, I'm not saying that women need a guy to have six-pack abs and constantly, because there's a certain lifestyle that goes with it, but dad bod, where it's not just like the dude is not like lean, it's where the dude has very little muscle. That's not fucking, no.
I absolutely have. The dad bod craze is a very real thing. And it's funny, up until this piece, I never really considered it part of the body positivity movement, but I guess it is to some degree, though I stand by my initial statement that you absolutely cannot compare the body positivity push for women to what it's done for men. If you're a white guy thinking you should just embrace your belly fat and jump on the dad bod positivity bandwagon, this article is for you. You need to understand that you are not the target audience for body positivity. This isn't about you guys, it's about us women. And then what I find kind of funny here is that this article includes a photo of Alex Jones with the caption, Alex Jones is the stormfront of dad body positivity. Now, I don't even know what that means, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that I support it entirely. Now, don't get me wrong, this woman writes, it's nice that people are starting to accept themselves for who they are instead of succumbing to societal pressures. But at its core, body positivity isn't about looking hot. It's about challenging the Western world's patriarchal beauty standards. And that challenge, by definition, has to exclude white guys to stay authentic to women culture. So this is...
That's fucking, like, the manipulation, the mental manipulation taken just to decide, like, to be able to get to their own shit is hilarious. So you need to try to find a way, in some way, to make it so that you can exclude men. And this isn't about beauty standards, although, about, anything like that, except it's about beauty standards. Like, in the very same fucking, in the very same fucking, like, phrase. These people are just fucking crazy. They're, like, insane. All of them. Fuck these people.
This is, I guess, where we get all intersectional in this video, because according to this author, body positivity...
I fucking hate the word intersectional. Holy shit.
Specific...
Not, and her using it, I get why she uses it. I just fucking can't stand it. So, just saying.
Specifically about challenging patriarchal beauty standards, as if any or most or even the majority of beauty standards that women hold themselves to have anything to do with men, or even things that men would notice. We've kind of discussed this in previous videos, but women are way harsher judges and critics of other women than men could ever be. Anything to do with a woman's hair, her eyelashes, her fingernails, her shoes, you could just be assured that it is not a man, or at least not a straight man, who is at the root of trying to make women feel bad about themselves in order to buy more products or change themselves or whatever it is. Frankly, ladies, men just don't notice that type of thing. Also, when it comes to the desire to be ever thinner, no, that's not coming from men either. We did an entire video about this. Men tend to like a more voluptuous body type, very different from the 90s skinny supermodel look that a lot of women think as their idea. So trying to...
Yeah, I mean, a lot, like, I have videos about this. You can check older videos from when I was still fat as fuck. But men like some thickness. Men like girls that lift. To be honest, like, because you look like men, real strong men want a strong woman, right? Kings sit with queens. Like, it's just, it's the thing that, like, people don't seem to get. Men, we don't, like, most of the time, like, most guys don't want somebody that's high maintenance. Most guys don't want somebody that's, like, going to be a pain in the fucking ass. They don't want somebody that's too into their own looks because it's narcissistic. Like, a dude wants the girl to be into him. Like, I want to be into my girl. Like, it's people, this whole craziness about, like, how, like, the beauty standards that are on women are put on women mostly by other women. Like, men just want you to be in shape, not obese and sickly, and love them. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that hard. It's really not.
Blame beauty standards on the patriarchy. No, that does not jive. And then speaking of intersectionality, we also have to add race into this, because of course we do. It's written, also, I can't help but feel like this trend is the usual suspects culturally appropriating something that was never meant for them in the first place. The body positivity movement was created by women, specifically Black women, as a brilliantly sassy yet aesthetic response to the unrealistic standards of beauty imposed on us by Western culture. Just gonna stop you here. I'm pretty sure it's a microaggression to refer to Black women as sassy in this day and age, because stereotypes, but I guess it's okay when the left does it. It wasn't designed for privileged white males who already conform to their own traditional ideas of masculinity. Duh. It was meant for those of us who often feel invisible and unworthy because we don't fit into patriarchy's white supremacist definition of beauty. And
so ugly girls. I mean, I'm sorry, some people are ugly. We should encourage them to work on their personalities and maybe their bodies. Shit, like.
This author finishes strong by writing, "Body positivity is for women, led by Black women, to celebrate our diverse shapes and sizes and to finally feel like we belong in a world that has always told us we don't."
You can celebrate it. I just don't understand why everybody else needs to. Celebrate all the fuck you want. Celebrate while single. Celebrate while fucking rolling yourself to your type 2 diabetic amputation. You know, celebrate all that shit.
Body positivity is for women who have been systematically oppressed and told their entire lives that they're not good enough. Body positivity is for women who have been taught to hate themselves because they don't look like Barbie, not for dudes who can already pass as Ken. So to the dads out there flaunting their newfound read stolen body confidence, if you have a dad bod, it's time to hit the gym. It's good for you and will appreciate you more. This movement isn't for you and you need to stay in your own lane.
I love how they tell men that they have to hit the gym and stay in shape. Like, holy fuck. Like, that's awesome. And I agree, hit the gym, get in fucking shape. Don't stop being a pussy. I really do. So I just say that to women too. Stop being a pussy. Fucking get in shape. You know, be healthy. Fucking equal opportunity. You know, I believe in equality.
So if we're going to talk about how people are overly sensitive nowadays, I think the idea that it's possible to co-opt something like confidence definitely fits under that category. I mean, body positivity is absolutely under the umbrella of social justice. And we see time and time again with social justice that it's not just about bringing people up, it's also about pulling others down, especially when a marginalized group feels like those others are the ones that are responsible for their oppression. I mean, there's a reason that the likes of Peter Boghossian refer to things like gender studies as grievance studies. It's all about people airing their grievances. The people who are behind body positivity, they don't just want to be told they're beautiful or feel confident in themselves. No, they also want to feel like they are prettier, that they are better than the women who are more traditionally attractive. And also that maybe the men out there who don't fit the standards of male beauty, that they actually need to be shamed for their bodies because, hey, even though they have kind of allegiance as overweight people to you, they're still white and they are still male, and you cannot let them off the hook for that. In any case, that's pretty much all I have to say for now. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. It helps me out so much. Until next time. That feeling when you
awesome, just fucking awesome, super fucking. I appreciate her take on stuff. I will watch more. As a matter of fact, let me make sure that I just subscribed and put the bell on. Out fucking standing. It's nice to hear common sense. You know, I mean, we don't get to hear that too very often, especially here on YouTube. So good for her. Good for her. How the fuck is everybody? We've got about 30 minutes. We can do some Q&A. We can talk about other topics. We can go through some shit. Is everybody following on Twitter? Did everybody see that there was Twitter leaks last night that showed that there's actual shadow banning, even though they denied it in court? Like, they basically lied to the people. Like, if you lie in front of Congress, you're basically lying to the people, and the people should arrest you. Looking at you, the ex-head of legal for Twitter. We need a fraternity. No, we don't. No, we don't. Men don't do well in fraternities either. You know what men need to do? Men need to get strong, build their empire, find the woman that they're going to mate with for the rest of their life, stay with that woman, raise amazing, strong, intelligent, critical thinking children. Because right now, and I know that, dude, I know you're kidding, so I'm not dogging you, but I'm going to say this. I don't care what you believe in, but let's be real. Playtime needs to be over. Like, men, find the woman that's going to ride or die with you, because the next 20 years could get really fucking crazy. And, you know, buy some land, become self-sufficient, like, raise strong fucking children, because the future looks, I mean, we have kids nowadays are fucking dumb, stupid. They don't know how to do a goddamn thing. Like, we've literally, like, this generation coming up is literally, and I mean fucking literally, almost incapable of taking care of themselves. Most of these people don't know how to cook. You don't even know how to fucking cook. Like, if your child doesn't know how to cook, you fucking failed. I'm just going to be real. If you don't know how to cook, your parents failed. Teach your children how to fucking cook. What is a shadow ban? Okay, sure. It's where they allow you to post, but they won't. There's no way of you getting into the algorithm. People have a hard time searching for you. Like, people get unsubscribed from me all the time and then have to come back and resubscribe. It's basically their way of trying to magnify certain accounts and get rid of certain accounts. My ex-miss wishes to see Joe Rogan, see you on the Joe Rogan Experience. I would like that too. That would be nice. I don't know if that's ever going to happen though. So I don't know. Do I feel like reacting to body positive TikToks? Not really. I gotta be honest. Not really. They're all crazy. And I'm probably gonna do a few videos today that involve them. But let me see. I might have a few queued up, waiting, ready to go. I think we've talked about some of these already. I think we've talked about some of them already. Wash class. What questions you guys got? Our family word for my 3-year-old is resilience. When he pitches fit, we ask him what it means, and he tells us to be resilient and figure out what he's doing. That's awesome. That is awesome. I've learned so many new recipes this year since I've decided to get healthy. It's fun to learn and improve. It really is. And once you learn the basic skills, like people just need the basic fucking skills. Teach people how to make soups for fuck's sake. You can make beef stew. You can make, chicken noodle. There's so many things you can fucking make. Teach people how to make soups. Lentil soups are amazing. Split pea soups. Like, and they last in your refrigerator. You can make a big batch all at once. They last in your refrigerator. There's no excuse not to cook your own food in the world that has air fryers and Instapots. There's not a fucking reason ever to not cook your own food besides convenience. And don't get me wrong. It's not like we cook all of our own food, but we cook a majority of it because let's be fucking real. It's less expensive too. It's this thing where this generation doesn't know how to cook, so therefore they're going to eat shit food, the most highly palatable shit food, because they're in danger. Like, society is in danger from the weakening of it. Like, to tell people that their feelings are more important than reality. Oh, this person hurt your feelings. Like, these people have never experienced true hardship. That's the problem. They're just way too fucking easy of a life. Participation trophies fucking destroyed most of these people. Alan, my husband, has been a hunter for the last 20 years, and we are teaching him we're teaching him how to hunt and be self-sufficient. That's awesome. That's another way to put meat on the fucking table. Alan, I'm blind. Can TRX replace going to the gym in the long term? By the way, I lost 15 kilograms, 15 kilogram men, Nomo, and jump rope in 3 months. 15 kilograms in 3 months. Damn, on morbidity. That's fucking rocking. That is out fucking standing. And yes, I do think the TRX is a good replacement for the gym, especially if you have a hard time getting there and all like that. It'll probably save you lots and lots and lots of time, but also just be much more convenient for you. So I really think that that the TRX will be a good option for you. I really do. What are your thoughts on Liver King? I've watched both of Mark's videos on it. I mean, dude, here's my thing. I've taken DHEA before. I'm on an estrogen blocker right now. When the doctor tells me to take TRT, I'll be like, where do you stick it in? I'll probably get assessed for TRT here in a couple months, and I'll probably have my levels put to right about 1,000. So like that of an early 20s person. I'll announce to you guys when I do, because the physical difference will look very prominent probably. I'm actually in the process of downsizing even farther right now. I'm trying to get down into the one. I want to be lean at like 180. But this dude went out on a limb to state that no, I am natural. It is. I do this to look like this. It has nothing to do with drugs. When you say that, now you're being disingenuous. Now you're just openly fucking lying. I just don't fucking. I don't got enough for that. Dude deserves to lose everything. Now the average fucking dude like that gets natty knots made on, I think that's kind of dumb. I really do, because just assume anybody you see in this box that talks about fitness, and most people that don't, and every celebrity, like just assume they are. Why like the biggest problem is the people that get pissed off, like really pissed off. Like it's one thing to objectively lie, right? It's one thing for like people like the Liver King to objectively lie and state, no, I know I look phenomenal, but it's all natural. It's if you do what I tell you to do and buy my book, you'll look like me. That's one of the reasons why I don't even pull my fitness into this stuff as much as possible, right? Because it's not the matter that you're going to end up looking like me. I've worked out in the gym for 37 fucking years. I watch what I fucking eat, and I still look okay. It's not like I look fucking great, but like this picture up here, like that's about as lean as I get. That's and even then, if you do everything I do, you're not going to fucking probably look like that. I've got huge, genetically huge shoulders, and fucking, I've been working out a long goddamn time, and I did DHEA when I was younger, and like all sorts of shit, right? So I don't get pissed when people don't just disclose what they fucking do. Like they don't, like, I don't get pissed off about that because I assume everybody uses. I assume they do, right? Like, and the fucked up thing is the people that like these Natty or Nots videos, that like they're like, do this person, do that person, do this person, do that person, do this person. Unless the person is building a brand based off of, here's what I say. Like, I don't understand why people need to just divulge shit, because like, and because the very same people are like, well, it builds a false ideal of what can be represented in reality and blah blah blah. Now, if the person is saying they're natural, and then but if you buy this, you can look like me. That's fucked up. That should be called out. But a lot of times for these natty or nots, it's just like the average dude, is this person natty or not? And then all the little fucking, commenters go like, oh my God, oh, do this person, do that person. Like, you sound like fat acceptance bitches. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this person's going to give me an unrealistic standard and it could be harmful. Like, you're that fucking weak. You're that much of a fucking pussy. Like, do what you can do. Chances are, just to be honest with most of you bitches that love those videos, you're not going to, even if you did the drugs that these people do, you're not going to look like them because you're a pussy. I mean, that's how I see it. Now, for that dude, I hope he loses everything. He absolutely is on statement saying that shit, 100%. So, our grandson, good. When you don't have any real problems, you start making them up. Exactly. Who's watching Mr. Olympia this year? Will you be watching? I won't. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you like more than 3 of the names. Probably. I wouldn't. I'm friends with Phil Heath online. If he was in it, I might watch it. I don't know, but I don't know Big Grammy. Don't give a fuck. Mark is not business partners with Brendan Curry, so there's no reason for me to watch it. I'm not a big bodybuilding fan. I'm just not. So I couldn't tell you a bit about the fucking business. Never been stage ready. Nothing. What are healthy markers for testosterone levels? Between 400 and 1200 are healthy markers. I'd assume everyone's taking something, and then it's a pleasant surprise if proven otherwise. But the thing is, and here's another thing too, it can't be disproven. Like, somebody says you're on steroids, you can't, like, what do you like? Here's reality. When this happens to my friends and they get pissed off, here's what I always say: you're just gonna have to accept it, because I like the biggest one I can think of is Chris Jones. People accuse Chris Jones of being on steroids all the time. Chris Jones does not stay in a super lean state all year round. And while the camera abso-fucking-lutely loves him, the last time I was with Chris, my arms were probably about, I'm lean, I'm thinned out, and my arms are probably about a ½ inch to an inch bigger than his. Like, the camera just absolutely loves him. He's got incredible muscle structure and all that. I can believe, especially since he doesn't stay lean all year round, I can believe, and I like ate meals with the man for a couple of days. Like, I can see him being natural. Would I be surprised if he wasn't? No. Would I be surprised if he is? No. I would also not give a fuck, because how Chris Jones looks does not impact me. I know who I can fucking be. But beyond that, like, I don't care. Like like I'm going to push as hard as I can push for me in the endeavors I put forth. You know, like when I was way young, I initially started working out because I wanted to look like Road Warrior, Road Warrior Hawk, old professional wrestler, just monster of a fucking dude, right? Just monster of a fucking man. Well, once I got older, I realized, well, dude's taking stuff, you know, and I'm not going to be able to be as lean as him and as big and strong. I'll never get as strong as him probably, but it's still like like it's not like, oh my god, it damaged me because he is using something and I might never get to be where he's at. I didn't think I'd end up being looking like him to fucking begin with. You know, like it's a goal to shoot for. I like shooting my goals fucking way high. Like that's a big difference in society right now, I think. A lot of these people just want to make sure that they get their fucking achievement because they want that little achievement trophy because we've taught them that achievements come with reward. Like that just finishing comes with a reward. Very few people want to place lofty ass goals and fucking go for it. Because if you set a goal like if you're here, right? And you set a goal up here, if you only get to here, you're still way higher than what you were when you were at the bottom. Like if you don't get all the way to your goal, you're still way the fuck higher. But if you set your goal, if you're here and then you set your goal for here and it's easy and you just step up, oh, goal's achieved and there's no fucking incentive to get fucking higher. Fuck that, weak ass bitches. Oh yeah, he plays a character, but I don't like people to play characters. Like I just don't. I'm jealous is the biggest thing because like if I could take this off as a personality and I say it all the time, and sometimes even unfortunately, this is just who the fuck I am. Nothing I can do. No two individuals will ever yield the same results. Exactly. I was considered his claims highly. They were always highly dubious. I don't use like you're going to stay at the fucking 200 and some fucking pounds lean mass, fucking at like sub 9% body fat all year round by eating liver. Shut the fuck up. It was so stupid. It was just moronic. It was. I haven't watched in 5 years. Do they still offer a free for upcast anyway? So didn't get a notification going to watch. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Just try to be the best version of yourself. Exactly. I do. I like iPhones right now. I heard but I have an iPhone right now. Give me a second. There we go. But sorry, that was my son. I had to answer back. And again, always. All right, good. It can be. Yeah, they were awesome. Love them. Brian, how the fuck are you? Bodybuilding is pretty unhealthy. It absolutely is. Competitive bodybuilding is unhealthy. I don't think that they. I have yet to hear a bodybuilder say it was. Football's unhealthy. Hockey's unhealthy. Basketball is unhealthy. They're all pretty unhealthy. Football is likely more unhealthy than bodybuilding because they take a lot of the same shit and then bang their bodies up. Any sport that you reach an elite level at is unhealthy. Elite level sports there's no push your body to the absolute limits in a healthy fashion. None. The one goal you should have is for your health. I agree with that. I agree. Kenneth, I hear you, Alan. Personally, I feel that their two are unhealthy, but it's to compete. I still look forward. I still love looking at their bodies. We can push the human body to extremes. We can, but it's just not my thing. So, Ileana always stresses how unhealthy body. It's very unhealthy. I mean, it's not. It goes past like people don't. I don't think people get it. Like when Mark was, I think Mark's competing again in April, and I'll be there no matter what. But he's going to be at a much lower body weight. He's going to compete in classic. which he's going to drop down to like mid 190s, which is very good. Makes me very happy. I want my friend to be around a long, long, long time. He loves bodybuilding. He knows it's not the healthiest thing in the world he can do, but I'm there to support him no matter what, you know? I still have the occasional alcoholic beverage. I'm sure he would like me not to do that, but you know, anyway. But he knows it's unhealthy. But the biggest thing is like especially when they're trying to put masks on, a lot of these guys between the compounds they're on, and then like Mark doesn't sit down like ever, almost. He's always standing. His neat is crazy. He's got a standing desk. He only stands up. I wish I could do that. My back just fucking says fuck you. But he only stands up. He works out at least once a day. He coaches youth soccer and shit like that. He's running constantly, and he coaches all three of his children, I think. Now he is always going. He eats in upwards like he was like watching him just try to get food in was amazing because he burns so much of it, you know, and he eats pretty healthy. Like the only thing people could say is not necessarily food is he eats like, you know, probably like 3 outright bars a day for like 750 calories. But in the scope of him taking in another 3,500 calories a day just to feed himself, just the food they got to put in is unhealthy. Then the diet down right before they go down to like, I think it was like 24. He just like for the week before he was eating just 24 ounces of chicken breast. That's it, a day, until he got super lean, like his skin almost fucking inverted. It looked like, and then they carb up and they fill up with carbs. So they rush their body with insulin, but muscles fucking explode, like get all fucking big. It's like this not healthy thing, you know? Anyway, off topic, but I just realized it's been over 3 weeks since I've had a monster. That's how fucking standing, Sabrina. Good goddamn job. I was trying to convince my hubby to get me a standing desk, but he's always not having it. I mean, our next place will have a standing desk. I'm not gonna just buy one for here. We're probably moving before too long. So, me and my hubby set our standards high on our health goals. We don't want to get too comfortable. That's the thing. Like, just set lofty goals. Fat acceptance is about acceptance of mediocrity and ill health. It's fucking patheticness. Anyway, we got about another 5-10 minutes, and I'm going to fucking let everybody go. Strongman is also very unhealthy. Any elite level sport is unhealthy. Football, basketball, hockey, even baseball, any elite level sport is just not healthy, and it's not health minded, you know? You're not gonna find like too many people have this be like this extreme level of health when they're pushing themselves to the absolute limit. So my headset's about to die. Let's see here. Ballet is unhealthy. Ballet is horrible for ballet. It's horrible for their feet. They stay in crazy low. It's not healthy, you know. Let me see here. I love my under desk bike. That's awesome. Get a little extra movement. That's very fucking cool. It's very cool. And yeah, I mean, like there's very like when you get to an extremely high level of any type of physical endeavor, it is not going to be considered healthy. It just is not. But, so listen, guys, I might pop on live a little later today. I might have a few topics to talk about. I'm going to film some videos, but I also got some clients coming up here that I wanted to get ready for. But I also wanted to real quickly cook Crystal some breakfast, I think. So I hope all of you are having a great motherfucking day. We'll talk probably again tomorrow or not later on today. God damn.